Took one trade today, pretty decent winner. Um, and yeah, that was a pretty good trade. I honestly was pretty patient today, and I'm proud of that. So pivots were a little bit bearish since yesterday, overlapping lower on CPR, and then also lower on the TPOs here. But today's open was above value area after a little rally here. So I, again, did not really want to short all-time highs here at around 48.53. So there was H3, there was high volume ledge, but wasn't a fan of trying to short that, although it did double top technically. So what I really wanted to do was, this was CPR here. So if it comes down to this level where value area high is, which aligns with central pivot and also that high volume no ledge, I want to long anywhere from 74.11 to 74.03. Because that was CPR confluence with the high volume no ledge and L3 and also value area high. So anywhere in this area. I did have this in my plan if it just rallies, but wasn't my favorite. So market opens up and it starts coming down right into my level here at value area high, 74.10. So I'm looking at this, I'm staying patient, waiting for my level, and then we come into 74.10. Here I see a bounce. I see some buying bounces coming in, POC at the lows here. And now, there was a 1 minute high volume hammer here. There's also a 3 minute high volume hammer. So I liked this little bounce. What I wanted was a retest back into these imbalances here, and I want to see it hold so that I could long. So I'm waiting for that. And it seems like right here, it seems like it comes back in, especially if you look on the 2 minute. It comes back in about halfway. It didn't quite reach these imbalances, but it starts coming back up. And I really contemplated getting in long here. It's like maybe I should just get in long. Maybe that was the retest. FOMO started kicking in. Maybe I'm just going to miss out on this move. And even when it started forming this delta divergence on the 2 minute, I was just really focused on trying to get an entry long somewhere around here, around the 14s. So this is a big warning sign, right? 2 minute delta divergence, it instantly rejected. Same thing with 1 minute. It's forming a CVD hidden divergence now, along with these delta divergences. So it looks like a pretty bearish rejection here, but honestly, I was just thinking maybe I should even get in long right now. 14s, stop under the lows. That'll give me about 5 points of stop. Not bad of an entry. Expecting that it would go up. But then I held myself back. I was like, look, technically, it did not hold on a retest. It instantly rejected. I didn't see any confirmations of buyers defending on a retest. And now we have 2 minute delta divergence, 1 minute delta divergence, a third straight one, and then CVD hidden divergence bearish. So not looking good. So I was really trying to keep looking at it objectively. And it finally comes and tests these buying imbalances, but it doesn't hold. And just sells off. And so then it breaks the lows. And one of the things that I did have was that here, RSI was down here, but RSI was actually lower on this higher, on this swing low here, which was higher. So it was an RSI normal divergence. But even when it broke, it still did not break the lows on RSI. So I was still interested in longing, but it just kept selling off. And it sold off to under L3 here, 74.04. And I said I think I'm pretty much done for the day because I don't have any levels under here. Like if it goes under this L3 and high volume no ledge, I don't really want to try for longs anymore. So the 74.04, 74.3 was kind of my last stand here. And when it got here around 99 or so, I said I think I'm done for the day. But we still had this RSI normal divergence. So I thought there was a chance if there was a bounce. I saw this big high volume kind of a basing candle forming. And then I saw this 5-minute hammer finish forming. And then the 3-minute high volume basing. Right at L3, right at bottom central, right at high volume node ledge. So yeah, I thought that was pretty good. Like right here, I said, I think we're pretty much done here. And then it starts bouncing. It initially formed a little bit of B shape here with 2-minute delta divergence, which I liked. Buying imbalances came in again. And nothing on CVD, but yeah, little B shape, delta divergence, B shape here. And I like that B shape at 7400. So I liked it. Now I'm looking for a retest back inside. I honestly want to enter right here, but especially with this kind of sell-off here where it sold off all morning, I don't want to be the first buyer, right? So again, I avoided that mistake over here and it paid off for me, right? Because I didn't enter when I wanted to. So I'm trying to look for a retest. It rallies up 10 points instantly, but I'm still trying to see if I can find some buyers supporting on a dip. So it comes back. I have all my confirmations. I'm pretty much ready to enter this trade. And I'm trying to see if there's any sort of holding by the buyers, supporting. So I see this delta divergence on the 20 range chart forming. And then kind of these sellers getting stuck here. And then it came back halfway and then started forming a delta divergence on the 2-minute, which I liked. Buying imbalances started coming in again. POC at the lows, and I entered with 2 contracts here. So I thought I was pretty patient, honestly. I saw this delta divergence. It didn't finish with this delta divergence, but that was pretty good. It was negative 300, and then buyers came in and it didn't finish that way. But I entered 74.08, almost 74.09 here, and then I had my stop under here on that retest. I really wasn't too confident on that stop. I honestly wanted my stop down here, but technically it was a retest and it held, I think. So it was a valid stop, but I just wasn't comfortable with it. I just don't like having stops above the lows like that. And it kind of bounces around for a little bit, but it does form a 2-minute delta divergence here, and it holds there, so it gives me a little bit more confidence to keep my stop loss here. I didn't want my stop loss to be here because I entered with 2 contracts, and stop would be 10 points then, and don't want to be risking 10 points with 2 contracts. But yeah, starts forming a P shape. Remember that 18 is where we rejected earlier and formed that delta divergence, so we need to get above 18 for it to rally into first my 3R target. It's 24 or so, and then I had high of day as my target. So it comes back in, but all the dips, it's supporting on the dips, which I like. And then it breaks the highs, which I also like. I don't want it to fail at the highs. But it does break the highs. Now it's at 18s. I'm trying to see if it rejects again, but it does reject, but the dips are holding again on delta divergence, bullish. So I like that. So there are positive signs going on here. It is struggling to break these 18s though. And at this point, 18, right above 18 was my 2R, so I had my stop at break even now. I'm hoping that it holds above my break even level. Again, forms somewhat of a P shape here, starts rejecting, forms a delta divergence, but again, the dip is getting bought and it breaks the highs again. So another positive sign here. Even though it's struggling to break the 18s, it is, the dips are at least getting bought. So I did like that. 24 is my 3R target, and we're very close to it, but it starts rejecting, and I thought I was pretty much done here. So I was contemplating whether or not to move my stop from break even to under here where the swing low was at around under 14s, which is still giving me 5 points. But I don't know. I honestly wanted to give it a chance. I want to give it as much room as possible to work out because I've been seeing the dips getting bought, and it keeps breaking the highs, although it's only by a little bit. So I thought there was a chance that it could run all the way to a high of day. So again, the dips get supported, gets bought, breaks the highs, and hits my 3R target there. Yeah, right there. And then I have one more holding. I'm holding a runner to high of day here, and I think that was a pretty good target because after this dip, it started running with a bunch of buying imbalances coming in, and yeah, at this point I didn't want to lose anymore. So it seems strong, so I let it run, but I moved my stop up to the low of this candle here at 25, so that I wouldn't get frozen and not knowing what to do on a quick sell if that comes. And then yeah, so my second target hits at 29.5, and I'm all out of this trade. So pretty good trade. I think they're pretty good targets. 3R and then high of day. It seems like it's holding again, but I wouldn't want to hold through this consolidation. But I was very patient and didn't enter here, which I'm very proud of. Also was patient here, waited for that retest before entering, and I wasn't the first buyer. So pretty good performance on patience today. And also just waiting for my setups to hit and not giving up when it broke under. So overall, pretty good day.